Greetings, D&D players, enthusiasts, and observers alike, and welcome back to Chronicles of Kriath. My name is Emma, and I will be your DM today and every day that this wonderful campaign exists. Since we haven't introduced our players in a while, let's go around the virtual table and introduce everybody. So we're going to go from the bottom of my screen and go clockwise. So, Nathan, I'm going to start with you.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Nathan. I'm playing Rubo, a ASMR pain in the ass. That's it. That's Rubo.
That is fair. Gia?
I'm Gia. Hi. I'm playing Chatwin, Darcy, Reborn, Sorcerer, having a fun time with my friends.
Indeed. Damien, or Jeremy, rather.
Hello everybody, I'm Jeremy. I am a DM that has run several campaigns for our current DM, and I feel like I'm ready to be getting payback for all of the evil things I've done.
Oh yes, you will.
And he plays Damien, that's me. I'm Damien Travers, and I'm just a simple blacksmith, you know. Decided after my wife died to go out and adventure the world. And then everything's just been crazy as shit since then.
Indeed it has. And last but certainly not least, Andrew.
Yes, I am Andrew, playing the Elfu, the lizard folk reborn thing, playing cleric and druid, both star related, which is extraordinarily important.
Indeed it is. Well, last we left our wonderful adventurers, they fought a giant constrictor snake that had been eating tourists who dared wander off the path they were set. After Chatwin successfully charred the giant thing, the party searched the area a little further and found a bizarre stash of decaying animal corpses and various trinkets hidden in a tree trunk. Thelthu, who turned into a little spider, did a more thorough sweep of this little alcove before they decided to collect up the body of Marcy and head back towards town. Now, catching up with the party, anything special you guys are doing as you head towards town, or...
Damien, can you carry me?
No, I'm not going to carry you, Rubo. I'm carrying the woman.
But we could just put the woman down.
That would be very disrespectful. Besides, we have to take her back to her mother. I don't even know what I'm going to say to that poor woman.
Fine. I just continue on.
I walk with Rubo knowing full well that I could give him a piggyback ride the entire way back. I'm fully capable. I just don't offer it.
Amazing. Thelthu, what are you doing?
He's just walking, just wondering again why we're having to bring this corpse with us and not just leaving it where it belongs, but, you know, gotta do what we gotta do, I guess.
Fair enough. As you guys head back into town, you notice that it is getting a bit later. It is now late evening. The sun is beginning to set. And most people have vacated the streets to either carry out the night in their homes or carry out the night in the tavern, which seems to be lit up through the windows as you walk by. Where are you guys heading to first?
I mean...
I guess we can take that dead body somewhere?
It'd probably be... I cleaned her up best I could. It'd probably be a good idea to take her home.
Yeah, I can take care of that if you'll like. Y'all can get a room, get ready to rest for the night.
I elbow Chatwin and like he wants to see Marcy's mom by himself, does he?
I don't think that's it. I think when delivering someone's child to them in this condition, I don't... Rubo, why don't you go get us a room and get a round of drinks for everybody? Why don't you go set that up? Okay. Don't drink all of them. Make sure we all get one.
I'll split off. Yeah, I'll split off to the bar.
Oh, he's gonna get incredibly inebriated, isn't he? Are you sure you want to go by yourself, Damien?
Yeah. I'll go by myself. As a father, I could probably... I understand her a bit better. I couldn't imagine if that was my girl.
Right, of course. I just give a really, really long look at Marcy. Theothy, is there anything that you need to get done that I could help with?
No, I don't think there's anything that I need to get done. I might spend some time admiring the transition between day tonight, but no, nothing that needs doing.
Okay. Would the mayor still be... Would I be able to go and speak with him at all?
You can definitely check if his office is still open. It's in the city hall.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go check and see if his office is still open. I'll go by myself real quick before I meet Rubo back at the bar.
Okay. Thelthu, is there anyone that... Wait, I missed it when you said you were doing what you were doing. My apologies.
That's okay. He's probably going to just wander near that spot he was last night, just to kind of pray in a sense, or just kind of admire the setting of the sun and the raising of the stars, as that is time is nearing soon. But he'll eventually join Rubo in the bar.
Okay. Then, speaking of Rubo, let's start with him. Rubo, you head over to the bar, or the tavern, rather. Open the doors to see the same woman at the desk, once again, who puts on a very fake smile when she sees you.
Perfect.
Getting past that wonderful encounter with someone you definitely did not want to see again, you look over to the dining area of the establishment to find that the tables are full. There's a lot of fishermen drinking and celebrating what seems to be a birthday of some sort.
Okay. I think Rubo actually did want to see this lady again. So
Okay.
he sees her at the front and giving her an awkward smile, and he's like, "Wow, a beautiful face after such a horrific day. It will really brighten my mood."
And she'll kind of look at you and be like, well, whether or not my face will brighten your mood, I guess depends on whether or not you're going to abandon this face again.
Oh, abandon. I'm new to town, and I'm not always great around new people. I wanted to split off for the night and get some rest. We've been on the road all day. I'm sorry if I made you feel any certain type of way.
All right, good sir. I'm going to need you to make me, depending on whether you're actually telling the truth or not, which I have a feeling you're not, from what I remember of your conversation with this woman.
Yeah.
Then I think you're rolling deception.
That's all right. That is a 24, 18 plus 6.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you see her angry face kind of soften for a minute, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I had no idea. I thought you just kind of, got whatever information or something that you wanted from me and then left.
Oh, no, of course not. It was such a crazy day. Honestly, do you know Marcy, the tour guide?
Yeah, I've seen her and her family in here a few times before.
Well, it was the craziest day. We tried to save her life, but we did not. But we did kill the thing that killed her, and it was pretty awesome. But I'm super, super full of adrenaline right now. So I need a drink. Why don't you join me?
And you see, as you kind of look back at her face, you realize like her jaw is just dropped in shock, and she kind of has tears pooling at the corner of her eye, and she's like, Arcee's dead?
Oh.
Something killed her?
Yes, but me and my friends killed it. Mostly me, of course.
Well, what was it?
It was a huge snake.
Is everyone else here in danger?
No, it was a huge snake. It's dead. I of course. And he kind of like steps in to like place an arm around her, like kind of like not like a weird way, but like a supportive way, like hand on the back. And he's like, I killed it. It's gone. It was a huge snake. Horrifying. It could swallow a person whole, and I slayed it with ease.
Well, that's good, but I have never heard of a snake getting that big around here. That's crazy. I mean, and she kind of looks around and she's like, my dad's gonna kill me if I take a break. There's no one else really to work tonight. Mom's been a little sick.
He goes, then this is my table and I'll sit and work with you. I'll be back with 2 beers. And he walks off.
And as you walk away to procure your drinks, we will jump to Chatwin.
Nice. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to the mayor's office. I'm seeing if he's there or if I can't catch him on his way out or something.
You head towards the city hall and you see that As you enter through the doors, kind of smiling at the spot where the missing vase is, you walk in and see that most people have gone home for the night, but there is a light burning near some of the back offices where you know the mayor's office is located.
I'm going down there.
You hear a confident voice kind of speaking as if they would to an assistant. Okay, so let me get this straight. I've got 3 meetings tomorrow. I thought I told you that I could only do 2 a day max. And another voice going, I'm sorry, sir. I'll just move that around for you. I can send a letter. Well, I can send some intern over to talk to the Gardeners Association and reschedule their meeting about expanding the whatever garden project they're working on. I don't remember.
Okay. I'm going to walk up to the office door and just very loudly just...
You hear a bit of a start from both parties inside, and the one voice goes, "Come in."
I'll open the door. Is it in... It's the mayor, I'm guessing. Right? Mr. Burke.
Yes. The mayor and a small, thin man that looks about the same age, kind of hunched over what looks to be like a very large notebook / planner type deal, where he is handwriting a calendar and schedule for the mayor.
I'm going to enter and look directly at the little assistant. Would you please give me a moment?
Oh, you want me to leave? And he kind of looks up at the mayor.
Yes, I need a bit of conversation.
I see. And the mayor turns and looks at you and goes, "Is it that private that my assistant can't be here?"
Yes. Only a few moments of your time. I think you will be very interested in what I have to say.
I see. Ernie, take a walk. And the assistant just nods, scoops up his book that he was writing, scheduling things in. He's like, "I'll be back to talk about other meetings for the week." And he shuffles out the door. And you are left with the mayor, kind of arms crossed, staring expectantly at you.
I take a good peruse around his office first. Very casually looking at whatever he may have on the shelves, on the walls. Very slowly taking my time to just examine the space. Not saying anything at first before I slowly sit down in the seat across from his desk. So we went into the grove today. Do you want to guess what we found?
I take it you found what I hired you to find.
Dead bodies of tourists and also citizens of your little town.
And he looks a little taken aback.
We were lucky to find Marcy's body, at least. The others... The remains are not so wholesome.
What was it?
A large creature, something that's fearsome to normal folk. Anyone with capabilities with the sword or any sort of basic magic. Given a few good hits, they could have taken it down and protected the people. It would have been very, very easy to prevent this. Do you know how many people died?
Look, I've got a lot of...
Do you know how many of them were young children?
I wasn't informed that children were involved.
Let me guess, you were busy planning something else, scheduling your 2 meetings of the day?
You could say that.
So, I am going to propose to you something that I think you should listen well to. You have 2 options here in front of you right now, Mayor. You can stop the tours into the Sparkling Grove. They're too dangerous for people, obviously that has been proven, or do I need to go and get all the remains that we have found and bring it at your feet, in your office, to have a physical display of the danger? And you can redistribute the focus of income from the tours into the grove, put it back into trade and fishing. The people here are very capable, and they were doing just fine for themselves before you came along. They're doing just fine now. You're not destitute exactly, but there are other ways for them to make a living. So you can do that. Or you can use the funds that you selfishly hoard for your own personal affairs and parties. Your own little events that nobody else seems to care for. You can use those funds and get some proper fucking protection for those who insist on doing tours in the grove.
He kind of, having been standing previously, looks at you, kind of shakes his head and says, "I don't know who you think you are, outsider." but I don't exactly take very kindly to strangers coming into my town and telling me how things should be run. I've lived here all my life. I've seen all the changes. I know what's best for these people. While I appreciate your input, it's not exactly going to affect my next election stats, is it?
I'm going to stand up slowly and very carefully remove the gloves on both hands, and very neatly fold them and place them on the desk, and place two very scarred, mutilated hands on the wood of his desk, and a little bit of smoke rises up from underneath my palms as I singe two handprints into the face of his desk, and just look at him smiling very, very sweetly. I want it to be known that I gave you the options, I gave you a chance to do the right thing, and you are consciously choosing everything that comes after this. I just want you to know that you are choosing your own consequences right in this moment. So, I would very much like to stick around and see what becomes of this town after everything that's going to happen, but I have more important things to do than waste my time on small men shouting as loud as they can, because that's the only way they can make their presence known. And after I leave the handprints in his desk, I will put my gloves back on, smile at him very sweetly again. Have a wonderful night. I'm going to leave the office.
All right. And as you pass by Ernie in the hallway, as you make your way out of the city hall, a voice appears in the back of your head and goes, Chatvins, that was very good. You're getting better at being more threatening. I like it.
I'm fine being threatening and cruel to people who deserve it, Sandvik. And this man, oh, he certainly fucking deserves it.
This is true. He has quite an ego that needs to be smashed. Do you have a plan for that?
We have a bit of work to do tonight. We do.
Wonderful.
I need to speak to a few people. We'll see what we can do in the night, yes?
Indeed. Practice for later?
Enacting better change where we can.
I will still call it practice for later.
Sure. Yeah, and I'm gonna make my way back to the bed and breakfast tavern and just sit with Rubo. Whatever he's doing.
Well, we will find out when we get back to him. In the meantime, Damien, we hop over to you as you walk down the very quiet little rows of houses and make your way towards Marcy's home, the body of this child in your arms. What are you doing as you approach?
Yeah, so Damien's going to approach the house. He's going to have Marcy wrapped up in a cloak. He's going to look very solemn, and he'll walk up to the door and knock gently.
And after a moment, the familiar tired face of Eleanor would appear at the door. And she would look up at you for a moment, kind of hopeful, open her mouth to speak. But before she does, she kind of sees the cloak in your arms, looks down at it, face falls a little, and she kind of looks up at you and goes, Please tell me that's not.
Let's go in and talk.
And she nods, opens the door a little wider, but you can already see the tears starting to form in her eyes as she kind of assumes the worst.
First off, I'd like to tell you that I'm very sorry. We did not quite make it in time. And he's gonna kind of go over and like sit next to her and be like, I can tell you that thing is never going to hurt another person's little child. That thing is no more, and we have dealt with that. I know that is not much to help you with your wounds here, but that's all I really got to give you. And I'm deeply sorry that I broke my promise, because I did promise to bring her back.
But you didn't break your promise. And she kind of looks down at the cloaked figure. Is that her?
It is. My friend is kind of like a doctor. She made sure to clean her very well.
Good.
Where would you like her buried? I'd like to help you dig the hole.
There's a cemetery on the outskirts of town. I will have to inform the mayor that there needs to be a new plot marked. But, and she kind of looks at you. You didn't break your promise. At least I have a daughter to bury.
It's the least I could do.
And she nods again.
Just wish we had been a little bit faster, maybe.
We can always wish. I wish she was alive, but that's not going to change anything, is it?
Sadly, no, it won't. And I'm not going to pretend to understand what you're feeling, because I don't know what I would be doing right now if that was my little girl. But I am here to help you in any way that you need it.
Thank you. Sincerely, thank you.
You're very welcome.
If you hadn't showed up, who knows if anything would have been solved. I would have just thought she was missing forever. Or ran off somewhere. But at least I know. As much as it hurts, it's easier to know.
That I'll agree with.
What was it?
It was an enormous snake. Big enough to swallow someone like me whole. And from the looks of how things were, it had grabbed your daughter's two escorts, the ones she was taken through, the tourists, first, and that she seemed to have been running towards it to, I would assume, to save them.
She always did like to try and help others first.
You had a good girl.
I really did. She pauses for a moment. You see her brow kind of furrow as she thinks about it. We've never had anything that dangerous around here. Not even being close to the forest. Animals don't get that big, that they don't eat people.
We're trying to look into that. There were a lot of very strange things that we found there. It had looked like the snake was hoarding the possessions of the people, which is not something that snakes do. So, we are trying to investigate further. I do not think that this is completely over, but I can tell you that the thing that we pulled her out of it, so it was the one that did indeed take your daughter's life.
I see.
And if I find any more, I will crush them just as well.
Good. I hope there aren't any more. But it's funny. Well, not really. I heard a few days ago, part of some of the tours that Marcy guided, she would take people to this monastery a couple hours away. They would do some tourist-based activities there. They were followers of Morikyo, who is the god of nature and civilization. So they did some fun activities demonstrating how they sort of combined the two, despite them being opposing ideas in many people's minds. It was actually quite interesting. But a couple of the monks that came through, they headed straight for City Hall that few days ago. And I heard them say something about something was off in the forest, but they didn't specify from what I could hear, just eavesdropping. But from what I understand, Marcy told me the next day that they had paused all of their tourist activities, and no one's heard from or seen any of the monks since, even though they usually come by for supplies every now and again. Could it have something to do with that?
It very well might. Thank you for that information. We have something to go on.
Of course. I don't have much to do around here besides eavesdrop, so if it helps you, then...
I'm very appreciative. Thank you. Hopefully we can get to the bottom of this
Please do.
and get it over for good.
She nods again.
Alright, well, I will need to take that information to my friend, but whenever you're ready to bury your daughter, please let me know. I'd like to help.
Of course. I'd rather she not sit. I don't know where she goes after this, but I would like to,
I like to think that they go to a better place.
as would I, but either way, she might as well get there quicker. No?
Okay. Would you like me to go bury her now, tonight?
Tonight would be good, but I think I need a minute or two.
Take all the time you need, lass.
Thank you.
And he's just gonna, like, leave her there with her. And he's like, I'll be staying at the tavern. You come get me when you're ready.
And she'll nod. Doesn't even really look up at you. She's kind of just looking at the cloak, and you can tell she's working up the courage to kind of look and find out the state of her daughter's body. But she lets you see yourself out.
He's going to make his way to the bar.
We drinking tonight.
Oh, I could definitely use a stiff one.
Getting wrecked.
I don't know if I can get drunk. Like, I don't know how like blood flow and stuff, but we certainly gonna fucking try.
Indeed. But before you do that, we head over to the outskirts of town, to Thelthu, with your lone tree and looking up at the stars. Is there anything particular you're looking for in the sky as you take it all in?
Particular? No, not really. It's very much just him taking a moment to venerate, I suppose, give thanks for another changing of the sky, so to speak. And I think just to reflect on what has been going on, because he came here for one simple thing, and it was fine that we're doing something else, but he wants to go to the Sparkling Grove, and he hopes, thinking to himself, that he will find his answers there. And he'll be standing out there for a bit. Not too long, but...
As you watch, as the sky goes from orange to red to purple to finally blue and reveals the stars to you, the chalice ever present in the sky tonight, make me a wisdom save.
Oh, okay. That is a 21.
21.
16
nice.
plus 5.
You feel a strange tug at the back of your mind, almost. Almost as if it's your brain is telling you that you've forgotten to do something. You can choose to investigate the feeling further or push it away.
Well, if it feels like his brain is, so to speak, is telling him to remember something, then yeah, he's going to investigate it. He's going to see what's going on with that.
As you are pulled in to this feeling, it reveals a different forest, and seen through the eyes of a much younger Thelthu. As you watch, many similar to you in many ways, although your blessing not present on any of them, gather in a circle, a body sitting in the center. The chalice sits high above, bright in the sky, as one far more decorated than others, wearing a lot of what seems to be ceremonial, like jewelry with woven bracelets, a necklace made of wooden beads, sits at the center, meditating over the body, chanting, begging the stars to grant them their new leader. The others around the circle repeat the chant, you watching entranced. And almost as soon as it came on, the memory fades, and you are back in Ivanborough, the little town in which you started, or where you currently are.
He definitely takes a second, and then softly says to himself, I was not always like this. I was young. And takes another second, and then returns to the bar. Before one last thanks to the stars, one last look, and then returns to hopefully the others.
All of you slowly, as you finish your individual tasks, begin to converge on the bar. Chat when you would be first in, to find Rubo leaning up on the front desk, sharing a beer with the woman who works it.
It was honestly horrifying, but I got in there, and when we pulled her from this beast, it was truly a memorable experience to be able to do so much to help this town find some closure.
I think to myself, the image of Rubo hiding in the bush. And I'm gonna walk up to him and just kind of grab him by the collar and pull him close real quick. I think I need your help with something tonight.
Of course, whatever you need.
Okay, it's I can't say it's exactly probably not like legal, but it's the right thing to do nonetheless.
You've came to the right person, believe me.
Excellent. We'll talk later. I pat him on the back and I go to the bar.
And I turn back. I'm like, she was there with me. You know, I did most of the heavy lifting, but integral part of our team here. As she walks away.
Oh, wow. And the girl looks at you and goes, it kind of like places a hand on your arm and is like, you all sound so brave.
You know, bravery. What is bravery? Just a person doing what they need to help those in need.
As this happens, Damien, you walk into the bar to see Rubo schmoozing it up with the lady at the front desk.
Oh God, again, lad.
Oh,
He's just gonna ignore him and keep going.
bye, Damien.
Yup, don't get into too much trouble.
I'm getting you a drink at the bar, Damien. So if you go up straight up to the bar, I already have one ready for you.
Can I try to gauge when Damien's out of earshot?
Oh God.
Oh boy. Yeah, make me a perception check.
Oh, I'm rolling so hot tonight. Heck yeah. That is 18 total. 17 plus 1.
There's a certain point where you can tell that he's kind of been swallowed up by the din of the whole area where everyone is hanging out tonight. Like, there's some big cheers, especially going on, and with him sat next to chat when it looks like they're already starting a conversation, you're definitely not going to be heard.
I'll kind of lean in on this girl and be like, you know, big guy, he looks like he would do a lot, but needed my help out there.
Oh, really?
Just, you know, I think he was. It was a big snake, and I think he was a little scared.
Wow, I would never have thought. And she kind of looks at him, looks back at you. So are you hiding more muscle under that armor then?
Oh, there's muscle under this armor.
And that fell through. You walk through the door.
There's no muscle under that armor, and you know it, you motherfucker.
Not a single fucking inch of it.
Wrong muscle.
There is nothing.
God. So is Rubo at like like as soon as you enter, he's there talking to that desk lady, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm assuming I feel like I'm sitting on the desk at this point.
Okay. So he would be sat on the desk. The woman's still behind it, but sort of leaning against it so that she's looking up at Rubo.
Right. So he walks on in and just says to seeing Rubo says, "Oh, did something happen? Where's the others? Were we not all getting drinks, was it?"
Oh,
You didn't drink them all.
I was supposed to get you guys drinks. I did not do that. I think they're over there.
Oh, that's all right. But why are you here?
Pleasure. And I'll wink at the girl.
Just a blank stare. Right. So the others are inside, I presume?
Yes, I believe they're at the bar.
Oh, good. And yeah, we'll go join the others.
How much is it buying a round of drinks for everyone? Except for Rubo. He's already intoxicated.
The price here is pretty standard. They charge 2 copper a drink.
Oh yeah.
It is definitely not the wealthiest of towns, so...
So yeah, as they're sitting down, just big mugs of whatever ale, mead they had at the ready.
Mm-hmm.
I have one in front of me as well, but I'm just kind of staring at it curiously. But I give Damien kind of a pat on the shoulder when he sits down.
I'm probably going to bury her tonight. If y'all would like to come, you can. If not, that's fine. But I need a drink, and your drink's not gonna drink itself.
Right. I'm considering the implications.
Alright.
Okay, I take a sip, and then wait a minute, and then cautiously take another one. Anyways, I have something to do tonight anyways, even if I can get inebriated like any normal person can. Probably shouldn't. Rubo's already getting drunk.
You probably shouldn't say it like that. You make yourself sound like you're not normal.
I'm I'm not. That's a I mean, my manner of speech isn't the thing that like sets off the alarms for everybody. I think just the overall physical appearance, just the first look, and people are like, "Oh, that's not a normal person." I think that applies for all of us, except for you, Damien. You're the only one who could feasibly blend into a crowd here.
I suppose so, maybe.
Fuck, I wish I could do that.
I mean,
Oh, more than anything.
it's not particularly difficult to just be around people.
To each their own, I guess. I suppose. Yeah. I'll push the mug back towards Theothu as if he's going to finish it for me.
Just kind of eye it and say, I don't know. Last time I drank, I don't remember it going. Well, it wasn't bad, but well, the last people I drank with, they did try to start a fight. He's gonna start like nudging it back.
I think, if I'm being honest, I can't remember the last time I got incredibly intoxicated because we drank so much. The whole night is a complete blur. I think I I can't believe I did this. I'm pretty sure there was this cart on the dock near the island. This vendor, she would sell all kinds of beautiful, beautiful jewelry, handcrafted, beautiful items, and I had it in my mind that this thing has wheels. Let's see. Someone suggested, how fast do you think it could go? And I'm like, oh, let's find out. Because the dock is kind of sloped. So I took it up to the top. This poor woman this was her source of income, and I rode it down the dock and it went into the water. I went with it, and I felt so terrible. I went and broke into my grandfather's treasury and left just a huge bag of gold on her doorstep. I felt so terrible. I think she went around the next day saying that the gods had blessed her with wealth and fortune or something, and she moved off the island shortly after that. But after that, I really can't remember anything. I remember falling into the ocean, surrounded by all the handmade, beautiful jewelry, and then drunkenly throwing gold at this woman's home. I think I'm a lot more daring when intoxicated, and I don't think that's something that I should bring to the table tonight. I have a few errands to do, and I don't think I should. It was fun though. It was fun. I think I think we need to have a night like that at least once. You know?
Sounds like fun to me. You sound like you're the right party.
I'm not. I was a lot more social. I'm not. I can't imagine doing anything like that now.
And then you met me.
Shut the fuck up.
Damien's just gonna smile and be like, "Lass, you don't need to hide your weird quirks from me."
It's fine. I don't. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I don't like people.
I never said you were crazy.
I'm fine. Most people do.
Everyone's just different. Some people can't accept that.
Right, yes. I just, you leave home and you have to be a lot more responsible. Pardon me. It'd be so nice to be just a shitty teenager again.
I remember when my kids were just teenagers, it was... that boy got himself in so much trouble.
Was he sort of like, I turn around, Rubo!
No, he wasn't.
The fuck are you doing?
You guys turn around and he is making out with the lady at the desk.
Oh, it's pleasure, he said. That's what he's doing there.
Yes, I can tell. Ugh.
Yes!
Don't worry about it.
He wasn't like that, was he?
Sadly, yeah, sometimes he was. He used to get in a lot of fights, and I didn't really like that. At first, he was picked on a lot as a kid, and then I taught him how to, get rid of the bullies. You punch them once or twice, and they stop bullying you, right? Well, that kind of backfired, and he started picking a lot more fights, and Then he got interested in girls, and oh man, it just got really bad for a while.
Oof.
Joining the army was the best thing that ever happened to that boy.
Yeah. What about you, Thilthu?
Oh, actually, I did just remember. I was younger once, yes. And not always like this, I think. But I didn't look down in that memory. But I don't believe so. But it didn't. I don't think what I remember would be too much of interest to you all. It seemed very, related to the stars.
No fun, wild stories.
Eh, any story's a good story if you tell it.
Well, all right. It's not really a story, but it's something I had just remembered before I'd come here. Something along the lines of others like me, but taller at the time, chanting to the stars to grant us a new leader over a dead body. I believe must have been the leader of some sort. And the chalice. Of course, the chalice was there, as it is tonight.
The chalice.
The constellation.
Oh. Oh, I feel like at this point I should assume if you say something that I don't understand, you're talking about something to do with the stars.
At this point, it might be a good idea.
Right.
Oh, I think that was actually a really good story.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to me. So your people worship the stars for a long time.
As far as I remember, yes.
It's really cool.
Again, I just remember that as it had just came to me.
Oh, well,
I don't know why.
maybe you saw something that triggered the memory. Occasionally, I see things that make me think about my family or some of the things that I've done in my past. So the mind is a little interesting like that, wouldn't you say, Chatwin? It's like it occasionally just does things and memories pop up.
Yeah, no.
Because of the story you just told or something else?
Other things. It's I'm not too fond of the ocean these days. I don't like being out in open ocean. It's a little frightening, you know?
As long as there are stars, nothing is frightening.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Everyone sees things differently, lad. Some people are afraid of spiders.
Yeah.
Others are afraid of water. My wife was terrified of the sight of blood. She would literally pass out when she saw blood. So, you might not be afraid of some things, but that does not mean that others are not.
Yeah.
I did not mean to.
Good thing none of us were afraid of snakes.
Yeah. Sadly, I wish Marcy was more afraid of snakes. Maybe she wouldn't have ended up in that situation.
Yeah. I'm going to try to convince the mayor. I have a couple of ways to try and convince him to do something about the situation. We'll see if he listens. If not, then it's only a matter of time before the people rise up against him and set his house on fire.
You know, it's very odd to hear you talk about that.
I don't like people doing evil things just to be evil. People going out and just being shitheads. But in situations like this with the mayor, he is someone who deserves to have a bad thing happen to him so he can realize what a shithead he's being. You know?
I might not like the guy, but I'm also not one to interfere with like the way that the political people do things because I don't understand their life. So I don't know what problems they're suffering through that cause them to act the way they do.
Well, in my experience, a lot of people involved in politics mostly have it out for themselves, and they could always be knocked down a peg. There's sort of a reason why I didn't continue with my, when I was younger, I had career plans to, be some sort of high up, noble figure, something important. There's a reason why those dreams got dashed very quickly, because reality is often disappointing.
I suppose. I do have something I want to talk about. Something that Marcy's mother said to me. I'm not very good at the thinking stuff, I'm more good at the surviving type of thing. So she mentioned something about a temple of more I can't say that word. The god of like nature and urban society stuff.
Marco? Right, yes.
So, she mentioned that some priests of them had come by a while ago, and that Marcy had frequented their monastery to do some, interesting things with her tourists. But I guess the temple came by a little bit ago, a few days before we arrived, and they had suddenly stopped letting tourists show up.
Hmm.
That just seems a little odd to me.
So, because I think we're all in agreement. What we saw in the forest after we took the serpent out, there was something else about that situation, right? I'm not the only one thinking that.
It was very unusual for snakes to collect things like that, yes.
So, I mean, we could go see the monastery.
I figure once Rubo's done with his, what is the word? Voyeurism? Uh, then, yeah, we should discuss it.
Is Rubo still making out with that hostess?
They're probably gone by now.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I was gonna say, Rubo, what are you doing here?
No, Rubo is making out for a little bit, and then he heads over to the bar, and he's like, "Private Right, as you guys are wrapping that conversation up, 2 more beers?
For you or for the two of you?
Oh, hey guys,
Bartender, can you give me something hard?
fair enough. 3 more beers.
Oh.
I've got and he kind of glances down under the bar, and you can see him sort of shuffling around. You hear a few bottles clink. I've got some of my own homemade stuff. That's a little stronger.
That sounds wonderful.
Oh,
I haven't had the good glass of shine.
that sounds like a night.
And he pulls a, you guessed it, what looks like a mason jar out from under the table.
Oh, good sir.
Pours you a glass of it. Anybody else want some while I've got it out?
Yes, I'll take one for sure.
Pours you a glass, slides it over.
I shouldn't. No, I shouldn't. Do you have any clean water?
She'll take one too.
No. I I don't even know if I
I get way too close to Chatwin, and I say, Chatwin. We're gonna do some crazy things tonight.
Yes, we are.
Just
but
have one.
I know, but I want to be clear of minds, and I don't even know if I can get drunk, Rubo. I don't even.
It's worth a shot.
And Santavek kind of whispers in your ear, like, how long has it been since you've gotten drunk? You've never been drunk while I've been in your head.
The going away party. That was the last time when I left the Isle. That was the last time.
I know. I was not there.
Oh fuck you, Rubo's right in my face when I'm saying this.
Takes a drink.
I back up about 6 inches, and I'm like, Chatwin, what?
Nothing, give it. I'm gonna take it, and in one fucking gulp, I'll drink it.
Damien's gonna be like, lad, I wouldn't, or last, I wouldn't. Oh shit!
Make me a constitution save, please.
Fuck.
Peer pressure.
That's a nat 20. Nat 20 plus 4 for a total of 24.
Yeah, you down this glass of moonshine, it burns down your throat. This is much stronger than anything you even had on the Andrus Isle, and you feel nothing.
I fucking down it, slam the glass down.
It goes down like it was water.
No change.
Rubo was so stoked that she was going to do it. He's like, but he's holding his up like he wanted to cheers, and Chatwin just skirted past him, no cheers, and he's like, well, fine. Picks up his beer and cheerses himself and shoots it.
Like the most experienced ex-party girl. Fucking down the whole glass, slam it down, and then look to the bartender, no change. Do you have some clean water, by the way? I need to fill this up, and I will hold up my flask of clean water that I carry with me.
Yeah, sure.
Rubo's over there like...
And Damien's doing the responsible thing and just sipping his drink, and he's like, "Yeah, it's good.
It's burning everything."
You did real good with this one, mate."
Rubo's just bright red.
Filthy, you gonna have one?
Oh no, I think I'm going to refrain. I don't want to take my chances between nothing, whatever happened to you, and semi something.
I'm good. I'm good. I start trying to like chug down the ale. The ale cools it down.
I'll stick to the ale then, just to stay cool, I suppose.
I'd throw my arm over Rubo's shoulder. What, you don't want to end up like this tonight? What about this isn't a picture of health and well-being?
Oh, actually, you should, bartender. You got any wine, like sweet wine?
I think I have a sweet one. Oh, we got that imported from the monastery. Hang on. And he, again, rifles around under the bar and comes back up with a nice bottle of wine.
Yep. And he's like, "How much for the bottle?"
We usually charge a gold for the bottle.
All right, I can pay that.
He hands it over.
Yep. And I'm gonna hand that to Thealfu, and I'm like, "You like the berries and things like that, right? You should try this. You like it."
All right. Is there a glass available?
The bartender silently slides over a wine glass.
We're getting our youngest brother drunk for the first time.
Well, I figured that he likes fruits, berries, and things like that, so a fruit wine would be more up his alley than, a beer.
Yeah.
I mean, is it opened or does he have to find out? I guess I'll pull out a small dagger if need be.
You have claws as well, I think.
No, I don't think he does because he has tentacle arms.
Technically.
No, yeah, your blessings aren't that sharp. So.
Yeah.
He's got little nubby claws.
Yeah. Plus, as reborn, you lose any class race features.
It's like I don't know if that thing has a name. I haven't seen a movie in so long, but Big Hero 6, he's like just round trying to grab things.
They're just like ethereal. They don't really work.
I mean, it has like a little stopper in it that can be pulled out by hand. It's not corked necessarily.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, he'll pour himself a glass of wine. Probably too much in the glass because he doesn't. I mean, wine glass, it's decadence. You don't get that in the forest.
No, you do not.
Yep. And he's like, "Now just sip on it a little bit at a time. Let it settle in and make you feel warm."
I mean, all right. And he'll do just that.
Phil, what kind of flavor palettes are you picking up? What's it like?
Oh, DM, what flavors is this wine? What wonderful imported vintage is this?
Yes, what year is it from?
Oh boy.
Is this a gallon of like Carlo Rossi?
You are asking the wrong person. I don't drink.
That's fair.
But you start sipping the wine, and as kind of recommended, it does kind of have this fruity flavor. It sort of reminds you of the good berries, but in a drink that slightly burns when it kind of goes down. It's a little more, it doesn't necessarily burn as much as it's bitter for a second, and then has a more pleasant aftertaste. And that's where you kind of get the reminder of the good berries and the fruitiness. As the liquid does kind of start to collect in your stomach, you do actually start to feel warmer.
Kind of nods for a second, says, "Well, this might be magic in some sense, as it does remind me of the berries I'm able to produce. So I suppose a taste of that."
Alcohol is entirely magic, yes.
It's pretty magic to me. I think my voice is coming back a little bit. Whew.
I smack Rubo on the back. Really hard.
Yeah, I'm feeling okay.
Okay, great. Let's go out then.
Yes, give me 1 minute and I'll meet you outside then. I've got to say goodbye and
Come back with your pants on.
and I'll head over to the lady and that I don't know her name. I don't know. I can't remember if you gave a name, but maybe it's like Rubo that he doesn't know her name.
I don't remember if I gave her a name, to be completely honest.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I need to start writing down these names a bit more.
I don't have it written down. I was looking and I didn't see it.
I'm checking my notes. I don't think you did, actually.
I'll just approach over and I'll go, "Excuse me, love. I hate to do this again, but I have to leave you for the night. my friends, we're big, strong adventurers, as I've told you, and we have a little bit of a thing to get to tonight, and I completely forgot when I was just swept off my feet when I walked in the door and saw you.
Well, all right. If you have big, strong adventurer things to do, then I guess I'll leave you to it.
Next time. And I'll kind of just reach over and I'll kiss her on the hand, and then I'll step out the door.
And she kind of smiles after you. All the animosity from before completely gone now. And you meet Chatwin outside.
She's kind of clingy, don't you think?
Right. Sure, Rubo. Right before I step outside with Rubo, though, I do want to grab that one fella that worked here at the B&B, Ethan.
Right.
The one I was previously talking shop with about overthrowing his local government, and just kind of double check with him real quick if he can meet me down here in the bar area around like midnight or so, in like a couple hours.
And he kind of whispers back to you, I mean, the bar will be closed, but I can get you in.
Sounds good. I'll see you then. Kind of go outside and get with Rubo. So once we get out there, I'm gonna just kind of pull him by the elbow to walk with me and start heading towards the town hall. At this point, it's closed, right? Because it's like in the evening.
Yes, by this point, you see that all candles or torches have been put out and the windows are all dark.
So, what is your opinion on minor vandalism?
I love it. Can we go major?
Not major. We don't want to do any major damage because this still is a town that has to thrive after we're gone.
Fair enough.
But I need to be able to send a good message. Just a little bit of just a little bit of a, I wouldn't say warning, but statement,
We could find out where he lives and burn his house down.
I think we should find out where he lives, not to burn his house down, but to do something else.
Oh, I will shit on his porch.
That wasn't where I was going, but all right. We're going up to the town hall. Is there I'm trying to find a space at the front of the town hall, like right at the front door. Is the building too fancy and everything, or is there a flat wall or a flat space on the front doors, something that I could paint on and have it be seen very legibly?
Yeah, all the doors in this town are flat wood. You would be able to very easily either carve or paint a message on any of them.
Okay, Rubo, what I need you to do.
Look out.
I actually need you to pick a locked door for me.
Oh, sure.
If the door is locked. You remember the tourism center? I don't know if they keep their pink uniforms there, but I need you to get me a couple of those uniforms. 1 or 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't see that being a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a little bit of artistry to do here if you want to get the uniforms and meet me back here, and then if we can find out where the mayor lives, then I have one more idea. But if not, the town hall will be just fine.
Perfect.
Okay, try not to break any windows or anything of the tourist center. Try not to, just very cleanly, quietly, in and out. Don't hurt anyone. If anybody catches you, just, run away and hide. We don't need to, cause a lot of... we don't need to cause damage to anyone but the mayor here tonight,
yeah,
okay?
I'm sure I can.
Excellent. Okay, I believe in you.
And I will head off towards the tourist center first.
Alrighty. You head over to the tourist center. Same with the town hall. The windows are dark. No one's there.
Okay. I try the door first.
It is locked.
Is there a back door? Can I circle the building and see if there's a back door?
You circle around. There is sort of a back door that has an employees only sign on it. That is also locked.
Okay. But it's is the back door more obscured from possible notice?
If anything, the back door is within the view of a lot of the town, the homes in the residential area of the town. So the back door might actually be the worst option to use.
Okay, then I'll circle back around to the front, and then I'm going to take a good look around to make sure there's nobody anywhere near me, and then I'll take an attempt at picking the lock.
All right, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Perfect. That is a perception, just a +1. So that's a 12. 11 plus 1.
All right. The coast looks pretty clear to you.
Cool. If it seems clear to me, I will try to quickly pick the lock.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll me a check with your thieves' tools.
Perfect. Oh, yeah. That is a 21.
Yeah, this is not a complicated lock at all. You very easily pick it. Takes 2 seconds. You've dealt with worse locks in about the same amount of time. And the very bubbly office of tourism is yours to do with as you will.
Perfect. I'm going to just pop in and immediately get the door closed again and locked from the inside. I guess I don't know, does this lock work like a deadbolt? Like I can turn it from the inside? How does it work? Or would I need a key to lock it?
It looks like you would need a key to lock it from the inside or outside.
Okay. Then I'll just close it. But then can I roll stealth to be unseen inside the building? Because I'm assuming there's windows. I just want to keep low, keep in the shadows.
There are a few windows, yeah. So go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
That is a disadvantage. Sorry. Still pretty good. Stealth is... So that's a 18.
With an 18, you're able to keep yourself low, glance between windows to make sure you're kind of out of sight as you creep along inside. What you doing?
Perfect. I'm going to pop in the back and try to find a couple sets of uniforms that they wear, these pink uniforms.
Yeah, they have a back storage closet that has a few different sets folded up and labeled based on size. Although they don't have any plus sizes.
I go, well, that's disappointing.
Of course they don't. Everything we've learned about this tour center, of course they don't.
Too real.
Very vain of them. I'll take the biggest size they have, just so whatever Chatwin intends to do with them will work for this.
Mm.
I'll take 2 sets of that if they're available. And then can I investigate around, see if there's anything valuable in this place?
Yeah, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
That is a natural 20.
Whoop, whoop.
Investigation +1. But net 20 +1, 21. This dice is hot tonight.
You start sifting around through desks, in back rooms. Obviously, there's the lockbox where they collect fees for their tourist visits.
Okay. I'm not going to try to steal from a lockbox because Chatwin told me that we don't want to destruct this town because they have to operate once we leave. So I don't want to steal this tourist center's town, their money.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's anything else valuable.
You would see that a few desks have left some random pieces of finer looking jewelry on the desk. You see they have these big signs with their policies on the walls.
Okay.
And one of the policies is that on the hiking trips, all fine jewelry and valuables should be left at the center. So you do see on a couple desks there are some valuables still sitting there, jewelry. You see a pocket watch that looks like it's made from actual gold.
Cool. Are there a set of earrings?
You rifle through what seems to be the manager's desk at the back, and you do see that the manager does have some nicer ruby studs hidden away in her bag.
Perfect. I'm gonna take those then.
Okay.
So I'll grab those. I'll have the clothes, and I will slink back up to the front, peek through the windows, make sure nobody's looking, and then pop out the door. Can I reverse pick this thing to be locked again? Is that a thing?
You certainly can. Make me a quick perception check to make sure that no one's coming, though.
Yeah. That is a 7 + 1, so it's only an 8.
Yeah, you don't see anybody as you duck out.
Okay. Yeah, if I don't see anybody, I'm going to hop out. So I pop out the door, and then I'm going to try to, as quickly as possible, just relock this lock, and then get back to Chatwin.
Alrighty, roll with your thieves' tools.
That is a 16.
Yeah, it takes you a little finagling for like, it's a little longer than what it took to unlock it as you're like, wait, I've never relocked anything with these tools before.
Yeah, reverse lock.
You manage to, as similarly as you would to unlock it, you simply figure out how to press the same spots and then turn it in the opposite direction to get it to lock again.
Yeah.
Just as you hear a from behind you.
Turn and look and see what I see.
And you see Marissa standing behind you, still in her uniform from earlier. And she's like, I'm sorry, we're closed.
I know that. I can tell. I was trying my best to look for some of Marcy's belongings. We found Marcy. She is not alive any longer.
The perfect deflection.
Fuck yes. Disarm her with tragic news.
Jesus.
Her hands come up to cover her face.
And I was going to try to see if there was. I apologize. I didn't know how to get in touch with you guys. We were actually going to just be trying to bury her, and I was looking to just see if there was any of her belongings here. After we spoke to her mom, Marlene. Yeah.
She kind of looks at you and you're like, and is like,
There was a big snake, and we did kill it, but it did eat Marcy.
oh my God, that's so awful. I don't know if Marcy left any of her stuff at her desk, but I'm sorry, I don't have a key on me.
It's okay. I'm not very good at this. Did I get the lock locked before I turned to her?
You did.
Okay. I go, I was trying to see, and I like stick my tools in and like just jostle them around and pretend I can't pick a lock. And I'm like, I was trying to get in, and I'm not very good at this. So, but we can come back tomorrow when you guys are open. I'm sure that we can kind of take care of it in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely. I can always talk to my manager and see if she has anything. I'm sure we could take it to her mom's house.
Yeah. Why don't I'll plan to see you here bright and early then, and we can figure out whatever might be here. If there's anything, I think that the family just wants to let Marcy rest.
Absolutely. And she'll kind of give you a little wave and be like, I guess I'll see you tomorrow, and then walk back off towards the residential area.
Just huge exhale, wipe some sweat off my
fucking
forehead,
phenomenal.
and go, okay, Chatwin. And I'm going to run back towards the town hall or the mayor's office.
All right.
You're quite a bastard, you know that?
As you run off to the town hall, Damien and Thelthu still at the bar. Damien preparing for the task for later. I think we're going to leave this episode here for tonight.
Damien would have been asking Thelthu if he'd be willing to do like a sermon or something like that, since he seems closer to the gods.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like a prayer for Marcy.
Oh, I suppose I could do something like that.
I'd appreciate it. Yeah. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're good. But yeah, I think that's where we'll leave it for this evening. Thank you all so much for listening. I almost said watching. Thank you all so much for listening tonight. If you liked us, please be sure to follow us on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all Chronicles of Kriath Pod, lowercase, all one word. And we are also on YouTube with all of our full episodes available. So if anyone is unwilling to listen on wherever we have our podcasts listed, you can always say we're on YouTube as well. Again, we are Chronicles of Kriath podcast there as well. Thank you all so much for listening, and I look forward to next week. We will see you then. Bye.
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 Bye. I'm gonna fuck that mayor up.
Bye-bye, boy.